Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great week so far, and welcome to this new video on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update on the current situation. Current situation for Bitcoin is actually pretty good. As you can see right here, we're getting some strong momentum after the initial rejection here from the trend line, from just in general the trend, the EMAs and the trend band right here. But a relatively good retest here from the weekly open, so that's pretty good. And since then, we've been relatively strong. And we talked about this yesterday already in the middle of the day market updates, that it actually looked quite likely, with that imbalance still being there at 84,600, that we would be able to get up there. Or at least that it was very dependent on the S&P 500, right? US equities, there's a lot going on right now, but ultimately one of the main drivers of the market right now is US equities. And what we saw yesterday is that after filling the gap right here, which we had when we opened on Monday, we rejected from there initially, but then we actually broke above that. And we talked about that specific scenario, and in that scenario we actually thought it was quite likely that we would see a move from the correlated Bitcoin into the imbalance, and that seems to be happening right now. And you can still see that the leverage, the open interest, is actually quite low. The open interest is lower than it was, for example, yesterday afternoon. We got rid of quite a lot of leverage, and now we have a very modest increase, which I usually think is good. It's more sustainable than what we saw, for example, last week, I think, actually. What we saw last week, when we had a lot of leverage coming into the price, and you saw what that led to in the end. So this is all looking pretty good. And I have to say, I mean, looking at Bitcoin right now, unfortunately, we do not have a Coinbase premium yet, but it's getting very, very close. Yesterday, throughout the day, we already had a Coinbase Bitcoin price premium, which basically means that Bitcoin is trading higher on Coinbase compared to other exchanges. We had that here and there. That's usually a bullish indication. Right now, it's also a very minor discount, so that might be coming. But no, everything at this point of time looks good. All right, but then, so purely technically, I would say it's most likely that we're going up to that imbalance right here at 84,600, 84,700, where we also have the previous month POC, and just in general, as you can see, a lot of confluences of resistance. So we're most likely, unless we get some super bullish news, we're most likely going to find some rejection from there. The bigger question is, and the most important topic we need to obviously discuss is, well, first of all, what we will do after hitting that level, and just in general, what can we expect from the fundamentals that influence Bitcoin and the crypto market? Because tomorrow is Liberation Day, the day that tariffs will be announced. And we do not know that much about what's going to happen that day. All right. Over the last couple of weeks, here and there, we've had some milder tones that the tariffs will not be that harsh and that there will be more deals made. And we had some tones that were that were more harsh towards the EU, towards Canada, towards China as well. So we do not know what to expect. All right, and that is still a major source of uncertainty. All right, and look, if an escalation of the trade war happens, then we can just as well, even though Bitcoin looks quite strong right now, we can just as well drop down to 78,000 in a matter of hours. Right, so you should still be prepared for that. Until at least tomorrow. Now, if I would have to give you my most likely scenario right now, and I've thought about it in the morning, look, there's been a couple of times where we actually had one of these major bearish events coming up in crypto, and more often than not, it was actually some sort of a bottom, or it was actually some sort of a catalyst for bullish momentum. Because what tends to happen is that the market prices in the worst possible scenario, all right, just to be sure. And if you take a look at the S&P 500, you can see we're still trading very, very low, even though, I mean, we're trading much, much lower than the 20th of February, even though we do not really know if these tariffs will be that bad in general, but also for the US economy. So therefore, I'm slightly, look, short term, I think this is already most likely from what we can see from the technicals here. Fundamentally, I would also say we have a chance to break out, but that is something I'll keep you updated on. Just wanted to introduce the idea, and then, like I said, in my Bitcoin videos every morning, in my middle of the day market updates, I will definitely keep you updated on that. But for now, I'm leaning towards expecting this slightly. But those are my thoughts. All right, like I said, we'll keep you updated on this. That's what I think you need to know for now. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.